Hi, this is Hannu TheHande and I'm here with Minna.
Hi.
And today we are doing a little special video here. We're going to be talking about some of our favorite games for the N64, the Nintendo 64. So this is just basically a funny little video where we're going to talk about what our top 5 favorite games for a system are, and if you like this kind of video, we can make more of these. I just thought this would be fun, and I picked the N64 because it's my favorite system, and it's one of your favorite systems as well.
Well, I have played with it a lot.
Yeah, so I thought this would be an easy one to talk about. So what we're gonna do, we're not gonna like go in order numerically, but instead we're just gonna talk first of all just about games generally on the N64, and then at the end we're going to reveal what our top 5 is. Okay, so obviously when it comes to Nintendo systems, the first thing that comes to mind, platformers.
Yeah.
So Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64.
Yes.
A favorite platformer game for me, honestly, like Super Mario 64 is just kind of tops them all. Like there's still things about that game, even though it's a really old game that I think even a lot of modern 3D platformers don't do as well. And it's one of those games that I still love to just kind of pop in and play, and it's easy. You can just the main thing I've always had a problem with like Banjo-Kazooie and maybe a little bit with Donkey Kong 64, not as much, but it was the fact that you had to collect everything, whereas in Mario you could get some of the stars, you didn't have to get all the stars, and you could basically get the stars however you wanted and progress.
Well, almost however you wanted.
Almost, but yeah, mostly it was completely free. Like, of course, you got little hints and things.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite platformer?
Well, if I have to think, it's Donkey Kong 64. Because of the collection things.
I'm
the collection freak. I'm like taking every pictures and collecting every banana, and like I still miss one banana.
Who's your favorite Kong in Donkey Kong 64?
64. I think Tiny and Chunky.
Tiny and Chunky, yeah.
Yeah, like it was funny, but I like his arm ability, but he's just a goof. I don't like him otherwise.
I like Lanky. I thought he was, because Tiny is a little bit like Dixie and Chunky's a little bit like Kitty. They were kind of replacements for those.
That's why I love Donkey Kong Country 3.
Yep. Oh yeah, we played through that.
Yeah.
DK64, that would definitely make the top 10 for me.
Yeah.
Probably not my top 5, but do you maybe see that in your top 5 possibly?
Possibly.
Okay.
But I also like Mario 64. But in Mario 64, because like it's the first game on 64, so they didn't have a lot of these collection things. Well,
I liked it because it was just stars. The thing was, in Donkey Kong Country, you have to get the bananas, the golden bananas, you have to get all the power-ups.
The coins.
But it's more forgiving. I will say it's more forgiving than Banjo-Kazooie. How do you feel about Banjo-Kazooie?
Well, Banjo-Kazooie, I love the franchise and the games, but the collection thing in Banjo-Kazooie is much more difficult than in Donkey Kong 64.
Because you have to get all the jiggies.
Well, all the G's, and you have to really know where you go, because in Mario 64, always when you go to a new area or older one, they are just like, collect all red coins. It says it spells there like what you have to do.
Yeah.
But in Banjo-Tooie and Kazooie, you just have to go to a world and you just have to know what to do. Well, Donkey Kong 64 had the same things, except there was like a camel just saying, "Please save me. I can open a thing for you," and you save it and everything.
Yeah. What?
In the ice caverns, Diddy Kong has this shoot up game.
Yeah.
Still, I haven't gotten that golden banana because it's so difficult.
Okay. Well, another obvious game that needs to be talked about, of course, Zelda. And there's 2 Zelda games on the N64. Which one was your favorite? Majora. Mine is Ocarina of Time, and I think it's for the same reasons, because Majora has more side quests, more things to collect, the masks.
In Majora, I love Ocarina of Time, but I have totally completed it. I have all the Skulltulas, I have all the rupees, I have all the hearts and everything.
Have you?
Yes, on the expert level, on GameCube version.
I don't remember that, but okay.
But I have like played it like throughoutly. I love the story and the game, but in Majora, there's still stuff that I haven't done. And I'm like, where the hell are these things?
Yeah.
I cannot find them.
I would say like Majora is definitely the kind of game. It's a good game. I like it. But the main story is very short. That's why when I first played it, I probably didn't like it as much. But it's definitely one of those games. The more you play it, the more
into it.
The more you play it, the better you get a better ending, and you get more out of the game overall. Whereas with Ocarina of Time, it's a more direct story from start to finish, and there's not as much. But there's a little bit of where you have to go explore and find out about things in the game. Like you have to find out the songs to get you into like Death Mountain when you're talking to the Darunia for the first time. So yeah, but I personally I've always liked Ocarina of Time because I just love the main storyline. There's so much you have to go do just to beat the game. So I think that's a wholehearted experience. Whereas you don't have to do as much to beat Majora's Mask. But if you want to get the good ending, then you have to go and do all the extra stuff.
But like all the mini things you have to do, like these missions and helping Anjo in cafe and these all kind of things. They have little plot stories in them. It has like these mini stories, and I love these mini stories. I'm like, oh gee, oh golly.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely more to the world in Majora's Mask, but that's the kind of game it is anyway.
Favorite Zelda enemy, like boss enemy.
Boss. As far as boss, that's a really hard one. I like Volvagia because he's kind of cool, but the boss fight's kind of easy.
Yeah.
So that's hard to say. What about you?
My favorite is the voodoo character from Majora's Mask.
Oh, you mean the mask guy?
Yeah.
Didn't have anything to do with the voodoo.
Well, he looks
the
like
first
a
boss.
Guy.
Yeah, the first mask guy who dances around and chants. Yeah, he's really creepy. I will say that's a creepy boss fight.
Oh, and the Ikana Valley.
Oh, the giant worms.
No, not the worms. I mean the skeleton king.
Oh, you mean the Stalfos?
Stalfos and
those are the Stalfos. Okay, yeah. It's kind of a mini boss. He wasn't the temple boss, but okay. We both like puzzle games, and there is a good one on N64, but not a lot. Like there's Dr. Mario 64, which I never played, but then there's Pokemon Puzzle League.
Yeah.
Which is just Tetris Attack.
Yes, that's true.
Would you say that's in your top 5?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like puzzle games for some reason on the N64. Maybe it's just because it wasn't really that kind of a system anyway, so I wasn't that into.
If we would talk about puzzle games, it would be more like SNES era.
SNES, or NES, definitely. What about racing games?
Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing, that's a really good one. And I would probably pick that one, but it's actually more than a racing game. It's actually, there's a whole story mode and everything, and if you want to play that, that's great.
Yeah.
My pick would probably be Mario Kart 64 still. I love, Wave Race 64 is great, but it's a little, because it was a launch title, it's a little rough around the edges. I really like it. I dig the atmosphere, and I like F-Zero X too, but that one's really hard.
Even though...
I like the elephant in Diddy Kong Racing. Thank you, come again.
I hate him.
What?
Seriously, I hate it because usually when the elephant comes, you have to have like there you have to collect things to get the next level.
You just have to win the races.
I did not win the races. That's the difference.
Oh, it gets you the airplane and the hovercraft, like.
Hovercraft was fun. Airplane.
I like the elephant guy. Well, what other games would you consider to be top tier for N64?
Well, I like RPG games.
Yeah.
So, like Paper Mario.
Paper Mario. Paper Mario is a good one. I really like it. And I don't like RPGs myself at all.
Yeah.
So, Paper Mario was a huge deviation for me on the fact that I played it all the way through.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you roll into a tube and everything, and that they really leaned in on the whole 2D aspect of the graphics. So that was I really like that, and it's kind of easy as an RPG too. Like there's not too many places you can get stuck, so I liked it. But yeah, What else?
Well, Holy Magic Century.
I didn't like that.
I liked it. I know it was hard and difficult, and it like that game never said where you have to go, what to do, but kind of.
But there's only one way to go usually, so that's the reason.
Well, mainly it's like, okay, I haven't been there, so I'm just going there.
Yeah.
And then just and Pokemon stadiums were fun.
Yeah, the stadiums. Well, don't really work as games if you don't play Pokemon.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were kind of cool. I still would have liked Pokemon Snap more. That's actually a pretty fun game.
That's a good game, and I remember so many times we had fun. It's like, oh, you got 50 points more. Now I have to get a better picture.
Yeah. Two other games that I think I also really like, and these are ones that I don't think a lot of people necessarily know that much about, but
Yeah.
there's Mega Man 64, which is the N64 port of Mega Man Legends, which was originally on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And that's a really fun game. That's a really fun action-adventure type game. It's not like a Mega Man game in the traditional sense, but if it's going to be my top 5, there's usually going to be a Mega Man game in there.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun, I love the cutscenes, it feels like an anime. And especially the voice acting. I like, especially, it's a Capcom game from the mid-90s, but it actually has good voice acting. Not like the, you're almost a Jill sandwich. And another one I really liked was Conker's Bad Fur Day, and that was one that I only played like years later. But I am seriously impressed with that. It's a really funny game.
Yeah.
It's got a really childish sense of humor. But then the finale's sad. It's like it's the most saddest thing that happens at the end of the game. But it's such a weird game. Like it goes through all these weird emotions. It's like Rareware was just way ahead of themselves with like Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, and Conker, and like there's really no other game like it. It's got a very like British sense of humor too.
Chameleon Twist.
Yeah, I love.
That's a fun game, even though I'm like sometimes infuriated about it. But it's so cute and easy and just like.
It's a short game, yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of short games, Yoshi's Story.
Yes, I totally forgot about it. But yeah, Yoshi's Story, even though it has like sometimes it gives you like few areas where you can play, but sometimes it gives you like more like between the worlds.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't have like.
We played that before, and we should probably get back to that because we thought about like playing some of the other levels as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yoshi's Story. I had a problem with that game just because it was too short. Because Yoshi's Island was such a big, impressive game. Like it's one of my favorite games ever. Yeah. But it's not a bad game. It's just too easy.
I loved it. It's
cute. It's wonderful. That's actually kind of funny. There's a lot of short games that are actually pretty good, like Star Fox 64 or Live Wars. And
Live Wars was awesome.
It is an awesome game, but that too is pretty damn short.
It
like
is.
N64 has these weird kind of short games, like the Chameleon Twist, Yoshi Story, and Live Wars are all good games, but they're all like short.
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct Gold, yeah.
Yes.
There weren't a lot of fighting games on the N64, which kind of disappoints me because I like fighting games.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's pretty good. I kind of wish it had been 3D and not like, 2D characters, 3D area, but it was cool. Yeah, it was definitely cool. And actually, the game, and yes, the gameplay is actually better than the first Killer Instinct, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a really good one. I wouldn't put that in my top 5 necessarily, but it is a really good fighting game.
It's like a game I would like recommend to people, like play it, have fun with it, and have some few rage moments when you're trying to win the bad guy.
I try to win the game.
And everything.
No, at number 5, it would be Mario Kart 64. Like if you, it's just a fun racing title. It's kind of challenging, honestly, but I love that. It's always been my favorite Mario Kart game.
My number 5 would be Banjo-Kazooie.
All right.
It has collectible things. It has replayability a lot. It has a funny story, cocky characters.
Yeah.
And it's just a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
And play.
Number 4 for me is seriously, a lot of people might not be surprised about this, but Mega Man 64. I honestly love that game. It's really good. Even though it's a port of a PlayStation game, it is honestly a really good game, and I loved it. So that's why I would want it to be a number 4.
Super Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah. Well, Paper Mario.
Okay, good pick.
Because like there is like 2 Mario games in 64 that I haven't played. I love Mario 64, but it's like I can play it all over again. But it's not my so favorite. But Paper Mario gave me this yearning for more Paper Mario games,
Oh, right.
and I loved it. And the RPG styles and leveling up and characters, it was fun.
I never played I played a little bit of the GameCube one, but I
Yeah.
haven't really played the other Paper Marios.
Yeah, but
Thousand Year Door.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
But I just love Paper Mario. It's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, number 3 for me, Super Mario 64. My favorite Mario game. I love it. It had to be on the top 5. It's definitely my favorite 3D Mario game. I'll say that much. Like I don't think any of the other ones even compare.
Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story is just a lovely game. It has beautiful, like, childish feeling to it. But it's like from a little kid to an adult. It's fun to play, and if you just want to play it like throughout the game, like very quickly, it's like 1 hour. You can do it.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
But it's not like, because some kids are like, when does it end? Never!
All right, number 2 for me, Ocarina of Time. All right, it's my favorite Zelda game. It's the game that got me into Zelda, and Majora's Mask is a really good one. In fact, if anything, I would like to put like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time in the same slot together.
Yeah.
But it's either or is fine. But I like Ocarina of Time more. It's like Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker. Those are my 3 favorite Zelda games.
Yeah. I have Donkey Kong 64.
That's number 2. Okay.
That's number 2. Because donkeys, apes, the rap music.
Apes.
Donkeys, apes, rap music, fungi forest, disturbing fairies, banana fairies.
Yeah.
K. Rool was creepy. It just has so much to play, and at some point, if you haven't played it, you forget everything, and you're like, okay, I'm going to play it again, and then you'll remember them all over again.
All right, and my number 1 is Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Well, that's doesn't.
It's truly a unique game. Like
Yeah.
if you have not played it, I absolutely recommend it. And okay, I'm not saying like when I put it at number 1, I'm not saying it's a flawless game. Like there's parts of it that I do hate.
Yeah.
The underwater parts and the shooter parts were not my
Yeah.
cup of tea. But like everything else just makes up for it because it's such a crazy game.
Well, my number 1 is Majora's Mask, and if I could I would do the same and put Ocarina of Time with it.
Yeah.
But Majora's Mask is like the main thing, because you have like 3 days to save the world,
Yep.
to help everybody, help the different villages, mini games, bosses. I spent like 3 summers playing Majora's Mask. And playing other games too, but mainly I just played Majora's Mask, trying to figure out what to do and when to do and how to do.
Okay.
So it's like, it's been carved in me.
All
It's
right.
like, that's Majora's Mask too.
That's all for me. I'm Hannu, TheHande, signing off. See you on the next one.
Bye bye.